What's up, guys? This week we've got a couple really cool updates that I can't wait to share with you. Let's go ahead and jump right in for this week's weekly breakdown. The first update that we have is Facebook and Instagram chat widget types within the chat widget. Guys, if you did it, if I say chat widget and immediately your eyes gloss over because you feel like this is going to be more complicated than it actually is, you guys have got to check this out. No matter what website you're using, whether it's a WordPress website, whether it's LeadPops, Lender homepage, or Vonk or whatever, they can support putting your chat widget on their website. And so this is really cool. We've got a couple new ways to use the chat widget. Number one is you have Facebook chat. So that's the first update that we have here. The next one is Instagram. So Facebook and Instagram are now both supported as chat options. What does it look like to create a chat widget? Well, it's really easy. If we go in here and we click on new, you're going to see all of these options. Facebook chat and Instagram chat are the two new ones here. Now, the experience for Facebook chat and Instagram chat aren't super powerful by any means, but if you are somebody, and I know a lot of you guys are this way, where most of your business runs through, like most of your consumer direct business runs through Instagram DMs. And if that's the case, awesome. Then why not on your website where you're trying to drive traffic to, why not give people a means of being able to chat with you directly on Instagram? So check out what the experience looks like. If we go in, I'm in the page builder right here, right? So if we go, we create, creating one of these is super simple. There's defaults already in here. You can change the avatar. I would highly recommend changing the avatar because me as somebody who knows HighLevel knows every time I see this face that it's a HighLevel chat widget and that it's not a real person. So you can put your own picture in here. You can create somebody with AI, whatever it is that you want to do. You got a lot of flexibility here. You can decide where you want the widget to be positioned. And then, of course, you can change how the introduction is made, right? And then you can change like what information you ask for. So you don't have to ask for a phone number and you don't have to ask for a phone number, right? You probably do want a name and a message, but you don't have to ask for a phone number. Maybe for a chat, for Facebook chat, it's going to redirect them to your Facebook page anyways. And I'll show you what this looks like. Same thing with Instagram. So you might not ask for a message up front. Now, the benefit of doing this is that if they don't end up following up and following through and actually going through the flow of typing in a Facebook chat or an Instagram chat, that you have a message and you have a means of contacting them. But you got a lot of flexibility in what you can customize here. It's super, super simple. You get to decide what page you want to link this to. And so if you have multiple pages, you can select from them here. And then your branding down here at the bottom, you don't have to have, mine shows powered by Empower LO here. Doesn't have to be there. Consent checkbox. You don't need that. This is a HIPAA checkbox, right? So if I take this out, but you can have a little legal message there, which is your opt-in. So lots of options here. Now, what this looks like, once you have created what you want, you're going to click Get Code, and you grab this code right here, okay? So you copy this, and then you're going to go into the page builder. I have an old landing page that isn't live right now, pulled up to be able to just demonstrate this for you. And then you're going to go to the tracking code option at the top here. Again, super simple. I like, if I'm losing you, just slow it down, go back through it. I promise you this is simple enough that anybody can get this. Okay, tracking code, footer tracking, and then paste that code in there. So if you are using HighLevel websites for anything, this is how you add it to your site. If you are not, just send this to your webmaster and say, hey, I want to add this to every page, or I want to add this to this page, and this page. I promise you will not be disappointed. This is a really cool way to be able to get more engagement, whether it's through your DMs on Facebook or through your DMs on Instagram, whatever you want to do here. Now, the other thing that they added to this, if we go back to the chat widget area. Okay. So again, this is under sites, chat widget. Remember that all-in-one chat that was on that view as well. Maybe you don't remember it. Let me show you really quick. So when I click new, all-in-one chat is one of the options here. And then when I select all-in-one chat, what it does is it gives me the ability to decide all of the different like chat options that I want to give them. And so new this week, voice AI is now supported in this. Facebook is supported in this, and Instagram is supported in this. Okay. So what does this look like? Well, this is what this is the options that it gives them and what that interface looks like. So when somebody goes on your website to chat, you can give them multiple different options. Do you want to chat with a live agent? Do you want to chat with us on Facebook? Do you want to chat with us on Instagram? Do you want to chat via voice? And then that voice is linked up to your voice AI agent. So there's lots of different options here. And I'm excited to see how some of you guys will get created with this. What I don't know is what you can, Facebook chat setup, Empower Hello. I don't know like how much you can customize like what these options say right here. It'd be pretty cool if you could customize those a little bit. It doesn't look like you're able to. Widget customization. Yeah, it doesn't look like you're able to customize like what it says for each of those, which would be kind of cool, but not a deal breaker by any means. Like for example, chat with voice. Like I would probably want to say like chat with our voice AI agent or disclose in some way that it's AI, but not a huge deal either way. But this is the all-in-one widget, and so again, the process is the same for putting this on your website. Though once you have this configured, you're just going to click get code, grab that code, and either send it to your webmaster or paste it in the tracking code section under footer on the pages on your website that you want this to go on. So check this out. If you have a website and you want to add it to all of the pages, you can do that as well. If you go into the website and you go to settings, you have your head tracking code and your body tracking code. You're just going to end up putting this in the body at the end of your body tracking code. You also, if you use Google Tag Manager, that is one of the options for putting this for putting the chat widget in as well. So for installing the chat widget, it gives you the option to either grab the code. Let me see. I can't remember the language that it uses. So if I say get code, we have via Google Tag Manager, right? Or via code. And right here it says copy this code in the body or the footer section of your website. So either one's going to be fine. But that's how you're going to set up your chat widget. Super easy. All of those chats go directly into your HighLevel account. So definitely a great way to connect, especially if, like I said earlier, you are one of those people that lives out of your Instagram DMs. This is a great way to start driving more people in that direction. All right, next up, the advanced workflow builder has been improved even a little bit more. If you haven't seen the advanced builder, it should be an option in each of your accounts. Might be a labs feature, so if you don't see this, then that's why you need to enable it in labs, or it's not enabled for you if you're not an agency owner. So check it out. The advanced builder, really cool. I mean, you could see. I'll show you the difference between these two. So if I go to standard builder, this is what the old flow looks like. And to some are going to prefer this. Now, what I will say is that like taking a like advanced workflow that you built in the standard builder and then moving it over to the advanced builder, it might not be like as simple as you want it to, or it might not like have the effect that you want it to. The fact is the advanced builder is like the advanced builder makes it easier to build advanced workflows. So some of your standard workflows that you like got super intricate with and super involved with, when you move it over to advanced builder, it's not automatically going to look cleaner. It's not automatically going to be easier to manage. But as you build advanced builders, I highly recommend getting used to the as you build advanced workflows, I highly recommend getting used to the advanced builder, because there definitely are some things that make it a lot more powerful. Now, some of the improvements that they've made, if you've already been using the advanced builder, you're saying, hey, what is this? Why are we talking about it? This isn't new. Some of the improvements that they made is the ability to drag and select multiple nodes, and to do this either like when you do this, you get the option to either format those nodes. So, for example, if you got a messy workflow, when you build stuff in here, it's very free form. So if I want to add an action here, for example, let me just say add contact tag. I'll remove this later. And we'll go right there. Okay. I can move and drag this anywhere I want to. So let's say I make a mess of things. Okay. So I'll again, just for the sake of adding some more context for you guys, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to add another one. We're going to say, enable disable DND for specific channels, SMS, boom. And we go like this. And then we add another one. Let's remove the assigned user. And we got that. And maybe some if-else logic. where we say full name is John Doe. Right, so now we have a little bit of that going on, and we can move these. So lots and lots of flexibility. Now, let's say I want to, like I did that to be able to create my workflow, but it's all ugly and I want it to be a lot cleaner. So now I can click and drag. Now I can format the entire workflow by clicking format tree here. Now, depending on how big you've gotten with this, that might have effects that you are not looking for. So what I can do now is I can drag across the nodes that I want to format. I can disable the nodes. This is really cool. This means I can basically pause sections of my workflow by clicking and dragging over those and clicking pause. Guys, this is really, really powerful for those of you guys that geek out on workflows. This is insane. And those of you guys that don't, those of you guys that are supported by an agency, this should mean more powerful workflows for you, easier workflows for your guys's like managers or you know, your white labels. If you're an Empower LO client, you know, easier for us to manage it for you. It should ultimately just mean better workflows for you going forward. So you can disable the nodes here, which basically pauses all of the nodes within this section. I can format it. So if I format it, boom, look, now it's pretty, right? Now it's pretty again. Now here's my favorite part. You can add a sticky note. Now, if you remember, I showed you sticky notes and how, oh, that had an effect that I did not want. What's that? Okay, there we go. I'm not sure why it deleted those. Maybe it's because somebody is in here right now. I don't know. But you can disable those, or I'm sorry, you can, if you remember, I went over the sticky note. Sticky note allows you to kind of create a note. And then what's cool about it now in the advanced builders, you can drag it over your nodes and you can basically label a section or notate a section. So in here, like I can come in here and I can say, this is just a demonstration and I'm going to delete all of these nodes. Okay, boom. And so now that note lives in here when somebody comes in. If I'm working on this with other people, it's a really, really powerful way to be able to communicate. Another thing that it'll do for those of you guys that are working with an agency, it makes it so that that agency can communicate what's going on with these. So there should be a standard here that's elevating as far as the notation of the workflow, what it's doing, and it should make it easier ultimately to be able to understand what's going on inside these workflows. So again, I'm going to go ahead and go through these again, and I'm going to disable them, right? And now look, it shows all of these as disabled here, which I think is really cool, really powerful. So anyways, I'm going to back out of here. I'm not going to save this. That is the advanced workflow builder. And that's it, guys. That's it. That's all I have for this week's weekly breakdown. Some really cool new features, specifically with the chat widget and the advanced workflow builder. I was able to dive in a little bit deeper because HighLevel's like slowed down a little bit on the updates, and I'm not having to go through 30 updates every week. So hopefully this was helpful. If you want to see me dive into anything even further, let me know inside the HL4 community. The link to the community will be in the comment section. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Loom, it means that you already have access to that HL4 community. So I hope to see you guys in there. In the meantime, though, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the top.